Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to the stream. Hey, it's Friday. How's it going? Today on the stream, I'll be doing some work in the Gimp. I'll also be working in Blender. So it's going to be a hodgepodge of creativity. It's a Hangout stream, guys. If you look, sometimes you see a notification that comes up, and the notification actually says Hangout, right? If you check it out, the ones that are not Hangout, strictly, strictly work, like 2D work. What? 3D Dare is here. 3D Dare, how's it going? You finally catch me on a day where we are doing actual work, and stuff like that. Are you ready to get into some Blender and the Gimp? Do you know how to use the Gimp? Your time and my bedtime is similar. That's funny. Yeah, absolutely. Hello, 3D Dur. It's nice to see you in here finally.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa.
Yeah, so X Nikki thinks the same way too. So today I'm going to be doing some graphics in the Gimp, and then I'm going to be doing some polygon modeling in Blender. But it's a Hangout stream, so the Hangout streams we really don't do a whole lot of serious work. I just hang out with you guys, talk with you guys. If you want to learn, ask me stuff about Blender, or if you guys want to show me stuff you've been working on, or anything like that. So it's a little more freeform. And of course, these we don't really record. You know, but we'll see. We'll see how this one goes. You know, sometimes I do post a Hangout stream, you know, if it's really interesting. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so there's a whole lot of things going on, guys. A lot of things, of course, in my life, you know, that's personal and it's, you know, it's pretty daunting. But there's other things on a creative side that's pretty interesting. So I've been working with with trying to incorporate AI into my workflow to some degree, right? I am a big proponent for just drawing traditionally, and I'm still promising you guys that one of these days I'm going to put the camera on and you guys are going to see my hand and I'm going to be drawing on a piece of paper, you know, but that's one of these days, you know. Anyone out there has got to really ask me for that and I'll totally do it. But you know, I normally draw with a Wacom, so I draw using the Gimp. There's another program called My Paint also. Of course, you know, regular people, you know, out there would know Photoshop, right? I don't use Photoshop a whole lot like I used to 4 years ago. I don't use it a whole lot. Recently, I've actually been using After Effects, right? So I've been in Adobe After Effects doing some graphics for someone that needed it. And you know, After Effects is pretty nice, you know, but it reminds me of, you know, things I used to do in the past. Anyways, guys, so with all that said, let's jump in. Let's see if we can get some Blender happening. Let's see if we can get some Gimp. The Gimp is a 2D program like Photoshop. It's free. And maybe some AI. Yeah, you like After Effects 3D there? Yeah. Yeah, I've been using After Effects for many years. I just don't use it right now because right now everything I do is on Linux, and I try to use free software. Some of the software I have is paid for, like 3D Code. You know, I paid for that, and some other ones. But I try to use different software that, you know, hopefully anyone that's watching the stream could get it. You know. So, dear, what have you used After Effects for? Have you? I know you said you use Maya. And Maya's pretty nice, you know. How's your Maya stuff going? Have you how's your Blender? How's your Blender things going? Okay. Oh, you know about it. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. That fair enough, fair enough. You know, you can watch the like trailers of how people use it. It's pretty nifty. You're absolutely correct. Anyways, you know, guys, I was in here and I was working on some AI generative images, right? So there's a platform for AI called Comfy UI, and there's also Automatic 1111. And there's a whole host of sites that would allow you, websites you could go to that would allow you to actually render AI images. And the way I see AI is more of a tool, right? So I don't call them AI images, I call them generative images. So they're not truly AI, right? They're not truly AI because you're not asking an AI to draw the image for you. You're kind of like putting commands in a prompt and it's like mixing images together. So, but I think like the other day I tried X, you know, the platform, the social media platform. It used to be known as Twitter. And on X, they have a new AI called Grok. I don't know if anybody knows about that. And Grok is pretty cool. Like whatever generative model Grok is using to create images, it's pretty amazing. Like yes, you know about that one too, there, Chidi. There. I wonder if have you tried using Grok. Grok is like I asked Grok to render an image, and it looks so good. I was like, whoa, this is nice stuff. But I think that there's always a place for artists and people want to see things drawn and crafted by other people. So I don't think AI would ever take over an artist's job. And even AI in the hands of a really good artist is actually going to create really nice work, right? So AI could do some of the heavy lifting of art, and the artist could like direct it, and you even draw on top of it and do stuff. It took way too much time. Wow. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna go to my desktop. Seeing that this is not a recorded session, I don't know, you know, I'm not planning to save this session, but we're gonna hang out. We're gonna do some of the stuff I spoke about. So let's go. Yeah, Trinidad, I hear you. It took way too much time. Maybe you put too much like explanation in there, and it's like thinking and thinking. Okay, so guys, so this is like this automatic 1111, and I've been trying to render. I've been doing this is if you ever looked at some of the let me close this here for a minute. If you ever looked at some of the thumbnails for for the YouTube videos of the stream, and even here on Twitch, I used to use screenshots from what I did in the stream and different things like that. You try on your stream. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Oh, you have to go to bed? Yeah, thank you so much. You have a good night. Enjoy your rest. Have a good night, Treaty Dur. Yeah, so if anybody's out there, like, so you've seen me jump in and create, and the thumbnails they actually have images of me or a green bear that's supposed to be me. And the green bear looks different ways because I generate them with different AI models. So, I've been working on it to see if I can get something that looks really nice. Anything that looks nice to me, I put up there. So this is how I do it. So how I do that is I use Comfy UI, and there's a bunch of nodes like this, like what you're seeing, and I string them together. There's an AI model, and then I string them together with different AI models, and I put a description in here of what I want the AI to generate, right, or the model to generate, right, and these are the text prompts that I put in, right. So let's see what it generates. Let's take a look. So I just have to press run, and let's see, it's generating it right now. Okay, I'll put this over here, put this right here, right, and here it goes. It's generating it. It's going. It may be taking a little bit longer because I'm streaming. So the streaming software and this has to share. Okay, let's see what it comes up with. Oh, well, when you look at that. So yeah, it did something. So a bear with white eyes with a hairstyle. Looking at some robots that it's building. That's kind of cool. Oh, I like this one. Oh, look at this one. That's interesting. Okay, so yeah, so that's how you do this. That's how some people are able to generate AI images locally, right? Just playing around. Okay, so getting into what I wanted to do in the GIMP. Let's close this down. This guy here has beaver teeth. Okay. And there's websites, like I said, you could use to generate the same thing, All right, guys. So check this out. So I want to do a little graphic for something that's coming up in the future. So there's a member of our community on the Exercise show here. His name is Spencer Magnuson. And Spencer Magnuson is a really talented guy. you know, like everyone else in the stream. And he has a couple plugins, and he has a course on how to do scripting in Blender. He has plugins to help you with productivity in Blender. So I want to do a little poster in the Gimp to kind of showcase, the fact that, he's going to be on the show next week. So let's see. It's not this Saturday. I thought it was this Saturday because my week has been going crazy, but I think it's next Saturday, May the 3rd. The 3rd, that Spencer is going to be showing us some of his work. So I want to create a little flyer for that. So let's do that here in the Gimp. Okay, so here we go. Start with this. All right. So let's do that. Now let's get some text happening here. Let's call it I want to call him Epic Magnuson, but his name is Spencer. I just want to use the word epic for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, let's give that 200. Let's go bigger than that. Let's go 300. 300. Okay, I want the word epic in here. Let's do another word. Let's copy this. I think I'll type his name. It's not Enzo Magnus Spencer. Let's go 100. Let's go 0 on that, 0 on this. Oops. Okay, here we go. Back on track. 0, 0. Okay, so far so I'm liking the new Gimp. You know, it's nice and clean and everything like that. Okay, let's put this over here. Okay. Let's do the date. We got to put important information, right? I mean, Epic doesn't really say anything except that I'm trying to make it sound cool. I'm going to put the date. For May 3rd, 2025. This is January, February, March, April, May. So May is the 5th. Would that mean something to anyone? It looks cool though. You could put all these cool things, but it's like, what does it mean? Oh, made to into an epic. Yeah, I like that. Oh, let's call it Epic Showcase. That's what it is. I'm so glad 3D came by and said hello. It's so nice of him. Let's do that. Oh, look at that. Okay, let's go to 50 and that. Zero that out. Have you ever used the Gimp? Gimp is not, it's pretty good. Was this at 100? Okay, we gotta put showcase at 100. Okay, I'm gonna put showcase over here. Maybe we should go all uppercase. Let's do that. I want these to kind of merge a little bit. Yeah, not too much. Just like now start to merge. Okay, I think that's feeling pretty good there. Yeah, maybe it should be like a skinny thing, rather than a big thing. Let's see if we could do that. Hold on. Oh, yeah, maybe that's the ticket, right? There we go. Maybe I should center the date. The center showcase. Okay, let's put Spencer Magnuson. So I'll put Epic Showcase on the bottom. You put Spencer Magnuson on top. Whoa, 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 where are you going? Something like that. Yeah, but like, where are we having it? It's at Twitch. I don't have to do these things here. I could go straight up and down. Hold on, let me get rid of this. There you go. Let's crop the crop that. Like so. Cropped. Okay, I have a feeling like this should be like one. This should be a little smaller. I think, like, you know, you would definitely try to read that. Let's see if we can get it in one line. Yeah, boy. Let's go a little bit more than that. Let's go 75, 60. Oh. Go 55. Yeah, that's good. Of course, I have to double check and make sure his name is spelled correctly. You know, people have different spellings for their names and stuff, so I just want to make sure all that's squared away. That to the tippy top. Okay, Spencer Magnuson, Epic Showcase, where are we having it? The Exercise Nick Show, of course. I'm gonna save this for now. Save. I'm gonna make our showcase folder. Let's do that. Community Showcase. Put Epic Showcase. Put Exercise Nick. Okay. Yeah, this is how you do graphics in these programs. You know, there's layers on the side here. And you know, you could this like a text object that I'm using to the top here, and it's all fun. I think I might want to move this epic showcase thing a little bit higher. Okay. Gotta have a cool graphic in here, and I think I might put like a screenshot of one of his plugins or something in here. I think he wants to talk about light paint, you know, the light painter. But his Proxy Plus is pretty nice too. Can we add like a? Can we put this in the middle? Let's put where it is like in tiny text. Let's see if that'll work. It might not work. I'm gonna put a URL right up in here. Okay, now let's go down to 40. Let's see what that looks like. Ooh, looking pretty slick. 60. Ooh, that's a little too much. Let's go back to 55. Wow, 55 actually works. No. I should put C. Come see on. You know why? Because that's a call to action for anyone that's watching, that it should come see us here. What is that, 40? Ooh. Put watch. Alright, so the thing is, could I take this thing here, and go to the URL of the channel? I think that's literally, you know, I should be able to do that. So I come here and I press that. Oh, yep, it totally goes. There you go. That's us. Okay, how are we gonna like spice this up to look cool? I don't know, guys. I can't think of everything. We'll come up with something. Let's just make this bigger. Change the background color. Okay, here we are. We have some colors. Gonna go with a little charcoal brown, black here. There you go. I know that that's we'll probably come up with a better color scheme. Maybe it should be like pink or something, or yeah, something kind of joyous. Whoa, that's straight up in your face. That's kind of cool, but you can't really. I like orange. Let's go orange. Too much pink all over the place, right? I mean, pink was a, it still is a hot color, but ooh. Let's get an image of from Spencer and see if we could put one of his things in here. Maybe I'm like bigging up the Epic showcase too much. Yeah, let's see. All right, so we're gonna go over to let's go check one of his things. Let's see here. So I know he has a thing on CG Cookie, but I'm gonna type look him up. Okay, spend some mag this up. Let's do plugins. Okay, this is all his public stuff here. Magnuson, I like it. All right, so let's see, what does he have here? Okay. Light painter, right? And then scene complexity. Oh man, he has such good stuff on here. Okay, let's go back. Let's go to light painter. I think that's the main thing here. Turn on the lights. Oh, let's look for a different Oh, that's how you spell his name there. That's my bad. It's 2 S's. Oh, excuse me, guys. Alright, there we go. See, good thing I checked it out. It's 2 S's. First, to make sure and correct that. Okay, there you go. And it fills everything out nicely. I think maybe that pink was hot, man. Let's go back to that purplish pink. Oh, that's hot right there. Let's keep that. Okay, let's go online here. Script your first add-on. So that's so cool, is that he put that in there. I think it's a CG Cookie thing, where he talks about how to script add-ons and that kind of thing, and that's really awesome. But let's stick with what he wants to show. Up to paid products. So let's see here. Where would a light painter? There may be a paid product. Let's see. Oh, okay. Okay. The Proxy Plus is what that's pretty cool. Color Picker Pro. Oh, let's go back here a bit. Free extensions. And view. Blend. That's so cool. Complex scene. Light painter. Here it is. Okay. You're gonna have to play this video to get a cool shot. Adjust lights in the distance. I like the first image. Just right here. Can we get a full screen on that? Let's do this. Let's grab this shot and put it in there. Paint them. It should be like paint light. Or paint with light. We could do that. We could do the other one. I could get it where it's resolved. Let's grab this. Let's grab this as a shot. Okay. There we go. Copy the clipboard. I'm just gonna maximum. Let's go into the GIMP and let's paste it in here. Nice. Let's drop that on the bottom. So I'll maybe scale this down a little bit. I mean, this is not bad as is, right? Oh, that's literally right there. Maybe try a different mode. Oh, that's hot. Look at that. But no, we can't use that. Okay, let's go ahead and just kind of clean up some stuff here. I'm gonna come in here. Some black. I'm just gonna remove his text. Something like that. That's not bad. Let's try a different color. Let's go a little deeper. Let's try something here. Maybe this shot is not descriptive. It just looks like somebody's using a phone. Let's see if we can get that shot where it's like the side of the lady standing. Let's look for that. Okay, let's grab that. Yeah, let's scale this a little bit. Oops. Oops. See, this all comes down to like what it is you're trying to frame. Let's do something like that. Something like that. I mean, I just placed that in there. I'm not trying to like get it 100% like on the nose, you know. Okay, so let's see what we got. Oh, whoa, whoa. Come on. I want this. Let's see if this could finally do what Photoshop could do. I'm not sure if it can. It might be able to. Wow. I think the Gimp graduated, guys. Finally we could do some of the stuff that we could have done in Photoshop in the Gimp now. Yeah, like stuff like this. Wow, that's great. I love it. Anchor that back down. Wow, that almost kind of works. It's not quite working, but there's like still a little space there, but that's pretty good. And there's no on this pixel there's no feathered edges. That's good. Okay, let's do this. Enter. Just bring that down. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna apply that. I don't know if this will work, guys. So let's try different things. You know, you just gotta try stuff, and it doesn't always pan out. Oh, addition actually. What does screen look like? Screen is even better. Okay, let's try this again. Let's try one more time. Okay. I'm gonna leave the full screen thing like this. Let's do this. Like I want the, yeah, let's keep this like this. Let's do this right here. Okay. Yeah, let's keep that like that. I'll turn the opacity down just to see. A little opacity is good on it. Just a little bit. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go 80. Oh, let's go higher than that. Let's go 90. I think this works. Let's just leave it like this. I'm just gonna tell it to boundary to image size so it kind of crops that. Let's just go up. Oh. Okay, and I'm going to get on this go boundary Fluent size. Okay. I'm gonna drop some. Let's try to drop some of that blue on his name. That's interesting. Drop some blue on the exercising show. It kind of docks it back a bit. You know what? Let's leave white. Let's do that for some of the. There's a lot of text in this. And epic is like the biggest thing. Let's save this. I feel like to go back by this pink, guys. I'm sorry. It's, in the end, it's whatever is hot, right? I think that's hot. Okay. What else can we do to make this spice up? Maybe I could put the names of the tools that he has. Let's copy this. I'll put light painter. So what's the name of it? It is called Light Painter. Okay, so it's called Light Painter, and then what's the other thing called? I'll make this one that's a little smaller. I'll go like 50 on that one. Yeah, boy. Oops. Go 50 on that. There we go. Light Painter. What's the other one you wanted to do? Light Painter and Proxy Plus and End View. I'll make this Light Painter a little bit smaller. Let's go 40 on that. There we go. What's the size of this thing? Ha! This is actually 40. Let's go 42. See that? Yeah, that's good. Got a little bit bigger. Let's zoom into this a bit, guys. Are you going to be there on the 5th, the 3rd of the 5th, like May? That's May 3rd. Are you going to be there? Put Light Painter like right here, and then let's make another one. Then we have the two other ones. Then this one would be in View, and then the other one is Proxy Plus. These words need to be a little tinier, but that's okay. We'll get it. Let's Let's make it a little smaller. Let's go 30 in that. Yeah, that's better. You need hierarchy. So let's get that. We got like that. And let's change this one to end view. End view. You know what? Maybe we do like a rainbow color in here or something like that to spice it up. End view should be 30. And light, and the other one down here is proxy plus. So this is going to be a start of community showcases, right? So this is Spencer Magnuson's, and I think you know, there's other people in the community that express that they would like to talk about what they're doing and show stuff, you know. And we could do if you're out there and you would like to showcase any of your work, or you want to, you know, talk about it or whatever it is, you know, contact me and we could do a dry run to see if it'll work. And yeah. Proxy plus. I'll put this over here. Okay, and these words I'm gonna put like as I'm gonna make them pink. Put that over there a little bit. Okay. Let's just drop some pink on it. Right, they don't need to be that visible, but if you look at it, then you could see it, right? Maybe we go to a lighter pink. Let's see if we could balance the pink. Okay. Let's see if we could balance the pink. So far I think the pink works for this. It looks really dark here. Let's go a lighter. Let's see what that does. I'll probably hide the big text a little bit, but let's see if that'll work. You know, I don't want it too boring, you know, too professional. That's kind of hot. Let's see what let's do this for light painter. Let's do this for new end view. So the reason why these would look lighter because it's against a darker background. I mean darker because it's against a darker background, so it'll look like that. Maybe it's too pink. Should we go exercising green? That's somewhere like right in here. Let's see what that looks like. Oh no. What? Let's go back to the pink. Let's go back to the hot pink. Yeah, boy. Yeah, that's looking good. Okay, I think this might be it. I have a feeling like watch on the Twitch. Maybe I shouldn't say watch. I should just put the like where it is. Okay, so let's we gotta be a little slicker, right? Nobody really cares about this in the end, so we gotta make it cool, seeing that no one, you know. Let's see. Okay, so I mean cares about the word exercising. That's what I mean. Okay, so let's see here. What size is this? This is 55. Let's go 55 on that. Yeah, you could literally do this kind of graphic design in the Gimp. It's cool. It's simple, but it's, you know, you can just play around with, you know, the simpleness of it and get something cool. Yeah, let's say that. Yeah, there's some hierarchy here. Let's make sure the text here and showcase is the same size. Yeah, that's it. Epic is like big for some reason. Maybe I should dull back the epic with a Oh, let's color epic with pink. Let's see. Oh no, this might be hot. This might be hot. Let's see. Oh snap! That's okay. I think that might work. Yeah. Let's oh, you know what? Let's drop pink on showcase. Let's see if that'll work too. I think that'll work. Yeah, because we just have to Spencer Magnuson, where you get Twitch. This is the date. I think that might work, guys. Let's just make sure this is in the middle. The middle. Okay. Yeah, let me just adjust this. Okay, now it has like some sort of rhyme or reason. Oh, would you look at that? Let's get this. Let's move this down a smidgen. Oh, let's put it back. Okay, that, and let's take epic and showcase. Let's move those up a smidgen. Oh, epic and showcase. Okay, there we go. Hold on here. Okay, that might be it. Okay, let's see. I like that. I like even how the 5 is kind of creeping in on the C there. You know, that's not bad. Okay, I think this is it. We don't have to go anymore. That's kind of cool. The background image though, let's it has some pink in it. I just did a regular. Let's go 95. Let's see. I think that'll work. That's it. We're done. Nothing else. Let's get rid of these lines. Oh, all of a sudden without the lines, you know, everything looks floaty, right? It doesn't look as straight, but it's all good, you know. We could do that. Kinda. Okay, so I'm gonna save this. Let's make a little epic showcase. Oh, it's like this. Whoa, you could do that? I didn't know. Whoa, you could do that in the Gimp? Wow. Okay. Epic showcase. Spencer Magnuson, the maker of Light Painter, Enview, Twitch. You can see him at Twitch. Exercise Next Show, Proxy Plus, something like that. On May the 3rd, which is a Saturday, 2025. Okay, all right. Let's see if it has. Let's see if it has a. It's a nice PNG is pretty nice, but JPEGs go far. So let's see if it has a JPEG. And I'll put Spencer Magnuson. Okay, just making sure everything Magnuson, not Magnus. Okay. Save that there, and let's save. Did we even save the this main file? If we didn't, then oh no. Let's see, save. Oh, that's duplicate. Discard. Save. Okay, it's saved somewhere. Let's see, save as. Okay, no, it's saved. All right. Wow. Okay, let's take a look at the final thing without the GIMP around it. Just in case if you don't know, on May 3rd, we're having Spencer Magnuson, you know, one of the community members of the Exercising Show. He's going to showcase some of his work. He's going to showcase some of his plugins and stuff like that. Spencer's a really talented artist. I've been plugging him for a little bit now because it's next week we're going to have this. We're going to do this. We're going to start showcasing different members of the community. And I like it. You know, there's so many talented people out there. Guys, we're going to jump into some Blender and we're going to do some, and I promised you that I would do some of the Gimp, and I showed you how I was able to make that poster in the Gimp really quickly, you know, simple text and everything like that, simple images. And we're going to jump into to polygon modeling in Blender. Stay tuned. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to get this JPEG over to Discord. Give me a second. I'm right here. 1 second. Okay, I was able to post that to everybody in Discord. So, hey, guys, hope to see you there. And let's put it up here on let's put it up here on the channel. Let's see how we could do that. This will be interesting. I have an idea. Let's see if this will work. Okay, I'm gonna call it showcase poster. Or epic showcase. Okay, let's see if this will work. If this will work, it'll be cool. Let's check. Let's see. Oh, it's on here. Okay, let's see if we can organize it in a better way. There's so much stuff on our screen already. Okay, it's behind. It should be behind me. But nobody could see it like that. It would be cool though. Maybe half and half like that. I just like things big, guys. Like, oh, I shouldn't say. I just like things like big, you know, like in the, you know. I don't know. I don't know. I might leave it like that for now. Yeah, boy. That's what we're having. Maybe I should bring it up higher. Let's see what will happen if I bring it over chat. Oh, no. Maybe. Maybe. Okay. Let's go back to the desktop. Blender. Okay, so what we were doing, we were actually working on a mech suit, and I was working on the logistics to get a character inside the suit. So let's fire that up. And I need somewhere to put the poster, guys. Hold on. I didn't think this all the way through. Like where I would put it, you know, on the channel, on this channel. So paste reference. Let's see. Bam, there you go. This works. You guys don't need to see all of Blender. You just need to see this. That's all. Right? Does this work? Maybe? No? You don't need to see me. That'll work. You guys are gonna be like, seriously, X-Nick, you're gonna put that right there? I'm like, maybe. Okay, let's try that. Yes, it's like a half small version of it. Yeah, let's put it right here. Okay. I think that looks cool. Okay, so we can still see Blender. We know what that's about. Okay, so yeah, so here I was working on this thing here. And I want to start building some apparatus for this lady, so that she could chill a little bit. She could chill inside of a mech suit. I had a bunch of different poses happening here, so let's just organize this area here to be a little bit neater. We don't need all this for polygon modeling, so I like to polygon model in the main layout. We don't even need that. Oh, whoa, whoa! That happens in Blender sometimes, guys. You just gotta... Okay. I don't know, guys, I'm going back to the big chat here. Do you think that this is cool? I don't know. You know, I don't know. What do you think, X Nikki? Do you think this is working like this? I don't know. Yeah, that's what I thought. I think this will work. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, so let's work on this. So what needs to happen here is I need to do like a kind of like some apparatus that's supposed to go around her feet and all that sort of stuff. So let's get the rest of this thing happening. I actually don't need that like that. Let's just distill this down to what it is we actually need to do the modeling in here. Oh wow. Okay. Just gonna go ahead and save this. Okay, let's unhide some of these areas. Right. We need all the inside stuff, but where do I want to start building? I think I want to start building from the front, and then the back part will be different. How are we going to build this? I'm thinking that maybe polygon modeling, sculpting is probably the best thing. Like, just start to sculpt and put sculpted pieces in here. But let's break this whole thing out to a separate Blender file, because as this is right here, I don't know if this will. Yeah, let's just do that. So I'm gonna grab the different pieces for it. Just the interiors. Hey, Spencer Magnuson just sent a heart for the ad. I'll try putting the ad in different places. Okay, so let's see. Okay, that there. We need the front part, so let's get the front interior. Okay, so we have the whole interior case that engulfs the lady. So I'm gonna take this and save this in a separate blend file. I'm gonna take this whole thing. Right, I mean, we could do all kinds of stuff to it there. So you know how to do that, guys. So if you want to get like elements from one Blender file to the next, you could just literally select these, press copy, Control C, which is amazing in Blender. I don't know how did they do this. And then you launch another Blender, right? You just have to go to where you have Blender, and you launch it. You launch another version of Blender, and you come in the viewport like this, and you press Control V, paste, and bam, it's inside of here. And this is all. This file is just only this. Let's get rid of these extra like little thingy majiggies. I want a special file for this. Let's hide the exterior, and I want to freeze her pose. I don't want the pose to be articulated with bones and stuff, because that's from the other file. So I'm just gonna go ahead. I think here, and you could like apply, and I think now you could press delete, and oh, let's see here. Oh, I think she was let's unparent her. Parent keep transform, and let's delete that. Okay, so there we go. So we got that's a raw dummy of the girl. Oh, she's loading, and we could go back by the other blend file. Okay, there we are. I'm gonna minimize this. So this other blend file is a master one. So I'm just gonna go ahead and leave this in a state that I think is cool enough. Let's go here, press H to hide that. Let's go here and press H to hide that. I think this is a good state. I'm gonna leave this like this. I'm gonna save. All right, and we're gonna close this one, because this is a master. Oh yeah, there we go. And we have this one. That's the one we could work in. Because you know, it's good to save and save stuff. So let's save this. Shift Control S. And you see, this is called oh, let's see where this is. I just want to make sure that the location, the save location, is proper. Okay, so the save location is in here. Bot suit 1, characters, Blender assets. Okay, so this, I'm gonna save this as bot suit. I'm gonna call this interior. Okay, save as. Okay, so we have the model of, you know, and then we have the interior suit, right? Right. So the way I want to work on this, I want to work on this and just using Blender just to put stuff in here, right? Because like because of the intricacies of what I want in here, what you may want, or anybody, if like you're working on this stuff, it's good just to throw the basic idea down. And Blender is not really the good place. It's okay, but Blender is not really a good place just to throw 3D ideas down, right? A place that is good for that is like 3D Code, right? So 3D Code, you could go in there and you could just start throwing down meshes and start doing all kinds of stuff. But Blender, you could still do it, but it's not as, you know, it's different, right? So let's go ahead. I'm gonna hide the top interior. I'm gonna go ahead and freeze her out. Let's see. Make her non-selected. Do it where you cannot select her. Okay, so you can't select her at all. That's good. And let's go ahead and save that again. All right, we're gonna make the bottom parts here. I'm gonna bring the other exterior like this, and we're gonna make this bottom part. Right. All we need is one to be working on one half of this, so it's all good. Right. There needs to be like a foot pad. Okay, so let's do that. I'm just gonna go ahead and select these two. I want to bring the 3D cursor up to a certain level of the plane. Oh, look at that. This might actually be one of those times where I put, you know, actually put the Hangout stream up on YouTube. Okay, let's see. Cursor to selector. So the cursor now is in the middle of where I want to start that footpad. So I'm just gonna go ahead, add that there. And I think like there's different you could add extra meshes on here, but you know, there's an extra mesh thing that I add where that creates a single vertex. But in order to do that, you could just simply create a plane and you could scale that down, zip, like that. Press Control A, apply rotations and scales. Let's put some screen cap keys on just in case if anybody wants to follow. Screen cap keys is above X Nikki's head. And I'm just gonna go ahead and Alt M and collapse that to center. So I have a single vertex there, and that's how I am going to start this. You could start it any way you want. It's all good. I'm just gonna go to my top view here and look at that. Her feet looks enormous because there's no perspective in this view. Okay, so I'm just gonna bring this off to the side here. I'm just gonna create like a straight something like that. It's just and I'm gonna go use the tweak tool, so W until you get to this tweak tool up there. And I'm just gonna adjust it. So this is gonna be her foot, kind of like the foot apparatus, right? Just gonna bring that up. I think that's good down there. I don't want to bring that up high as yet. Let's go to the top, right? And this is truly where I talk about you being able to just do scale. How are we doing polygon modeling here? Okay, so that's the first part. I think we need a back part to that, and I think I want this to be kind of flat, but I think it needs to be constructed up. So I'll show you what I mean. So there's different things we could do with this. We could actually add a skin modifier to this to give it some volume. So I'm trying to do like an inner lattice work. So that's kind of, that's the best way I could describe what I'm trying to do. So if you see how that is there, so let's go ahead, apply rotations and scales. Okay, I'm gonna press A, right? And let's make sure we could, let's go back, let's go into wireframe. Okay. Or actually go into X-ray. So I'm selecting all the vertices and I'm gonna press Alt A, I think, or Alt A. Let's do one, Alt A. Nope. Control A. Control A. Yep, Control A. I'm just gonna scale down. Right. To something like this. This is kind of what I want. Let's go back to that thing there. Smooth shading, nope, I don't need that. Branch smoothing, don't need that. Symmetry, don't need that for now. Okay, so I'm just gonna select these things here and extrude Z. So this is exactly kind of what I wanted, like for it to be something like this, you know, like a constructed thing. Let's instead of viewing this as just straight white, let's go into the work mode here. And let's view this stuff as random color or random with wireframe. Unless we could come in here and we could tell this to view this mesh as wireframe. So shaders go wire. Wire, we get something like this. Now I kind of don't like the way this is turning out, but this we're sketching, right? So I'm gonna go ahead, press A, let's go to the top view again. Let's duplicate that. I'm gonna rotate along the Z, and it's gonna go 180. Grab Y. Grab Y, let's go out a little bit more. This is kind of building up the apparatus of what this is, right? I like the fact that it will be kind of like that, and I think in the middle here we should have like a piece that that symbolizes all this. So let's just grab these points here. So guys, this may look advanced, you know, but if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm just trying to use Blender as a way to sketch out this sort of stuff. I'm going to bring this to the bottom of the foot now. So it's truly like something that you would step in. And let's separate this. Separate. Let's go back and select it. And let's make sure, let's take away any skin modifier on this. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back into here. I'm going to join. Let's press F on here. And let's go ahead and just make some polygons here. Let's press F on that, F on that, F on that. Okay, and I'm going to go back in here and turn back on regular solid mode shaded. Okay, so it's like a pad. And we want to make sure that when we're working like this, we want backface culling on so we could see what direction these things are in. Right, I don't need the underside of this, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to select the outer edges, like so. Extrude Z. It's all good. If it's flipped like that, I'm going to delete the bottom edge, the bottom faces. So I'm going to select everything, and I'm going to go Alt N for normals and flip it. So that's kind of like a pad for the foot. A pretty tight pad if you ask me, but this is a game. And we can use that as an excuse forever. Okay, so let's get rid of this thing, this skin modifier. That was just an idea to sketch through. Let's go ahead and let's change this back into a solid also. It's a wireframe. But you see where I'm going with this. It's got to be a wireframe there. It's got to be a wire shape. So I'm going to go ahead and let's go ahead here. Let's go back to texture. All right. It's flipped, so I'm going to select everything. Alt N. Flip. Okay. I'm going to make sure and apply rotations and scales, and I'm going to go ahead and hollow this out. The way you could do that is by pressing Control I for invert. Control I. Oh, not Control I. Or I rather. Yeah, I. And if you want like separate faces, I think you might have to press I again, and you get separate faces. Let me make this a little bit thicky, like about that. And then I'm going to delete this faces. You see we get this now. Dig in that. Let's go ahead and connect this part here. Just gonna go Control R, rotate that, split that like that, Control R, split that, do like that, free F, bring that together, and I'm gonna bring this down to that level, grab Z, grab Z.
Thanks for getting rid of anime. It got no one away.
Okay, so we got this here. You know, it doesn't look very techy because there's no like angle. It's like very straight edges. If I do something like this, B, oh, all of a sudden it's like tech now. Oh, this is like a bunch of them. It's like the top ones. You just want to kind of do it where you've seen it the most, right? You kind of want to do stuff like that where you see it the most. So let's do it like that. Now that's a little tech-like. Let's see what we got here. It's like this edge here. Let's see if we could do that. Control B. This kind of softens the edge a bit, but it also gives it that, you know, not overly boxy, but very tech-like. And if the foot goes in there, we will probably won't want anything blocking it. So this maybe you could bring this down, grab Z. Okay, let's bring this whole edge down. Let's see if that'll work. Grab Z. Okay, so I'm thinking about this. Let's think about this for a minute. You know, like when you're doing this kind of stuff, you can't think about the whole thing of a jig. You gotta take it like in like little steps at a time. So right now we're just dealing with this part here, and that's how you're gonna, you know, that's how you're gonna like knock away a good chunk of whatever project you're doing. Let's divide this. Oops. Oh. That's how that's gonna divide. Okay, let's do that, and let's right click subdivide. Alright, so we got half. We're gonna go half. You know, wherever you could save over modeling, you could do that. Let's do Let's go ahead and do subdivide on this. I'm gonna delete the other side. It's all good, guys. It's all good. Let's go quickly into wireframe. Select one side. Use B. All right, select one side. Come back out of wireframe. Go to solid. Make sure you have the right side. Delete that. Delete faces. Then I'm going to make sure the pivot is in the middle. Okay, so I'm gonna select these things right here. This and this. This, and I'm gonna move. Control cursor to the center. And I'm going to press insert to move the pivot. So now I'm going to add a mirror modifier onto here. Edit mirror, generate mirror. Okay. Oh, look at that. So now these things here are not matching up. So I'm going to make sure I match that up. So scale X 0. There we go. That's better. All right. Select this edge, we'll do another B on here. Select this part, grab Z, grab Z. Okay, let's try to do some cutting up here. I know there's a way to restrict it to like, let's see. Oh, it's A. A is angle restrict. Okay, let's do that to stop that there. Yeah, I'm doing okay. So what we could do too, I could just hide all the other things for now. We could just literally just work on what this pad is gonna look like. Alright, I like that to stop the foot from crashing through. See this? I mean, true, in fact, this would probably be more ergonomic, right? It would probably like really hug to like the foot, you know? But we don't have to get into that level of detail. At least not right now. Thinking. Let's make another slice here. Okay, we can start to clean things up a little bit. Like these don't really need to be cut. These could be merged like that. I literally heard a train horn from all the way over here. But then I know of some guys that install train horns in their big trucks. You know. So it could be something like that. Especially as how it's Friday today, so you know, maybe those guys are doing their train horn on trucks thing. You wouldn't believe that, like, you know, literally they installed, you know, those train horns, which you could hear from a mile away on a truck. I normally don't like to do stuff like that, but I think this will work. Okay, some ideas I have here, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna leave that like that. Let's see what we could do here. We could move these down. Yeah, give it a little bit more clearance for the heel kind of thing. And this ideally should be shaped to the foot, so we could probably try to do something kind of like that. Let's go. Let's bring this here. Bring that up there. Alright, so there's a little bit of a foot pad. I'm gonna bring the inside here in to simulate the foot a little bit, as if, like, you know, they were thinking about that or something like that. Excuse me. Grab. Let's do something like that. A little bit of a pad. Let's do this one here. Do something like that. Okay. Okay, I think this is good. I don't think we should do any. You know, it's kind of to the shape of the foot, and it kind of makes sense, but it looks like a foot thing. Let's go ahead and apply this. You know, I don't like the back here, so let's I'll go ahead and just kind of get rid of that nonsense. This right here. All right, gotta look more techie, and techie is a thing. You know, just do that. Apply those things there like so. I'm gonna take these and I'm gonna bring those in and try to kind of somewhat conform it to what's going on here. Something like that. I'm gonna do something like that. I'm gonna grab this, scale X 0. Grab X. Something like that. Okay. Okay. Let's grab. Okay, I just kind of like trying to straighten everything else out. 'Cause remember, we gotta deal with things one at a time. You know, if you try to like do everything in one go, you know, I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe you might be good at that. You know, but you know, it takes me, um, you know, kind of going through things one at a time to kind of, you know, to kind of get there. Everybody's different, right? You just kind of got to work with kind of like where you're at, you know. Okay, so you're gonna be like, okay, I mean, this in a game engine, this should be good just like as is, but I'm gonna go and add some thickness to this. But let's turn back everything. Let's save this. Let's make sure and save. I'm gonna turn everything else back on that we need to have on. Okay, making sure everything is still fitting in there properly. I think so. I mean, ideally, I might want to shift this a little bit, but this whole heel thing in here has to shift over. You know. What if I select that and that, do that? And let's select all the, let's go into the wireframe here. Okay. So I'm gonna go back into solid. You know, working in wireframe is a little daunting, but you know, it kind of helps with just kind of grabbing things real quick like this, like selections like this. I'm gonna go grab X. I'm gonna go shift it a little bit. As this is what I was thinking. It's a little slight shift over to the side. Yeah, to add to that. Right. I want to add like these little tabs that come out, but I want to add these little like flaps on the side like that. Ooh, why is this like this? This does not look right. This looks like it's shifted. Let's go ahead and fix that. Yeah, always make sure and just kind of watch what it is you're doing. Grab X. Let's do it this way. Something like that. Okay. We literally could get rid of these edges right here. Something like that. And we could flatten this area right here. Actually, it is flattened. I'm gonna select this side and just move it down a bit. Something like that. It's feeling a little bit better. It's not 100. I'm gonna grab this and let's move that up. Alright, that's starting to feel a little bit better. I'm gonna just divide this, right, and scale. Okay, so far these things are kind of like on a flat plane. Let's do that. Do it to the other side also. You just want to break up this flat shape. Okay, let's come in here. Let's make this lower because as she put a foot in, we don't want the foot to collide too much with anything. Okay, see how this is angling up like that? That looks stupid. So, you guys like my professional analogy? It looks stupid. Okay, so let's go ahead and just. We want to kind of stay a step kind of version of this. Let's go B. Let's do that. Oops. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, let's go back and select this. Let's see what we get. Grab Z. Yeah, that's a little bit better. We could kind of flatten that out. Oh, we could kind of flatten it out. Something like that. It goes up like that. Let's go ahead and just make sure these are on the same level. I feel like this should be down lower, so let's go ahead and select this. It's gonna flatten it out to this. Okay, we're gonna make sure that this is flattened up properly. I'm gonna do something like that. Select all the top edge like this. Oops. Go to edge. You know, being able to switch between the edge mode, vertex mode, and polygon mode is definitely important. So I'm gonna go save. Scale X, scale Z. Let's make sure that's nice and flat. So I'm beginning to like how this looks. It looks like it's something you can put your foot into, and then there's like something that kind of stops. Okay, so I'm gonna select this here, and this here I'm gonna move that up. Grab Z. Okay, so you see how that looks stupid? That's not the angle we want. So I'm gonna go ahead and select these 2 points here. Select these 2 points here. And what we want to do, we actually want to make this wider. So I'm gonna go scale Y. Let's make these a little bit wider than what that is there. That's doing there. Alright, then we're gonna bevel it. I'm gonna select this part here. Oops, you see how this is warped? We don't want that. We want all this back on the same level. Scale X0. Whoa. Scale X0. Oh. What's going on? Do I have something else selected? Oh yeah, that's selected. That's why. Okay, let's do that again. Trying to flatten that out. Oh, that doesn't seem right. Hold on. What? Is that correct? Oh, because this is angled. That's why. Doo-doo. Okay. There's another way to fix that. This is not going to be pretty. Sometimes stuff like that like moves and you only see it till after the fact. Okay, let's go to the top view. See what's kind of wobbly goblins happening there? We don't want that. We want straighty, straighty. I don't know how it ended up wobbling like that, but somehow it ended up wobbling like that. Okay, so that's somewhat straight. We don't have to. This is an interior thing, so we don't have to get crazy on it. Oh, it probably got straight when we were trying to straighten it. Actually, yeah, that's probably what happened. Anyways, I'm gonna select this and this. Grab Z. Just move it up. That's all. That's all we wanted. Oh, was that so hard? Let's take this edge here and slide it over to this point here so it matches. Slide this edge over. And whatever. That edge is there. That edge is fine. Okay. Okay. So we have like a tech footpad kind of way. Still think this part here needs some touching up, but it's all good. All right. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna add some thickness to this. Save that. Modifiers. I'm gonna go generate, solidify. See, look at that. Solidify already hugs it already. You don't need it that thick. Let's go even thickness. Let's bring the thickness down a bit. Oh, that's too low. I think if you hold Alt, oh maybe Shift. Yeah, Shift gives you finer control over the. I just want to bring it up to that blue thing. Doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be close. Okay, I'm gonna take this edge here, and we're gonna move these edges around here a little bit. Okay. Alright, so here we go. So I think this is a nice footpad. What do you think? We could do some like little bit of cleaning up and that kind of thing for we could do a little bit of cleaning up on this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make this into a solid model. Alright, so it's not the thing, and we could clean the underside of this because we won't be seeing that in the so I'm just gonna go ahead here, the very underside. We're gonna save some polygons like right now. Okay, so we got that. I'm gonna hit delete. Okay, I realize some things here shifted, so we're gonna take care of that. It happens, guys. I don't know why it happens, but maybe we're doing something and I wasn't paying attention, right? Bring this gizmo here, and you can just easily slide that somewhat into place. Right? Bring that back into place. All right, kind of slide it somewhat into place. Okay. Okay. I mean, I'm tempted to make this, let's just do it, whatever. I'm tempted to give this a angle. That straight line is bothering me. Subdivide. We gotta do it. See why this is happening here, because we don't have a cut there. Let's just do the cut. Let's do the cut. Check this out. Nope. Let's cut it. Okay. Let's go ahead and cut it. Go ahead and cut it. Okay. Oh. Okay, straighten that out. The interior could suffer, it's okay. Let's go ahead, select that, move that up. Okay. Yeah, the interior there could like do whatever. Although, like in the game, that's what you're gonna see, so. We should cut it, guys. We should behave ourselves and be nice. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna make like an inner mark on this, like a seam. So one way to do that, you could select all these, and you could do that that eye thing, but you want it to be the full thing. All right, I'm gonna make a little seam here. I'm gonna select these this loop edge. You could press the slash to isolate objects, the slash in your keyboard. And it'll isolate just exactly what you're working on. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go B to bevel. All right, that's good enough. I'm gonna go E extrude. So there's like a something, there's like some structure to this to some degree, right? And I'm gonna press slash again, right? So that's there. I think this is fine. So this all could be part of the same thing, especially J for join. Right, and what we could do, we could actually turn on cavity, so we could get like an idea of some of this, you know, like how it's being handled. I'm gonna go both. Okay, let's not go both. Let's just go screen. Okay, so far so good. We got kind of like this thing that's happening here. All right, but this has to lead up into other parts of the model, right? And it has to have some kind of internal structure, which I really kind of don't know what that'll look like. I think it's just some concentric rings will probably work on the inside, but I have to think about it some more. This is why like doing concept art is so important. Let's hide the back legs, the back part here. Let's just deal with the front. And I'm gonna duplicate this. I'm gonna Alt D, try to make like a active thing, and then I'm gonna go Control M to mirror, and then X. I'm gonna grab and then X, bring that over. Something like that. So if you play with one, the other one would be thing. So far I like the foot pads. It's getting to the place where I think, you know, it's kind of going along the style that I was thinking of. I think the interior is a mixture of padding, a mixture of these structures like this. Let's see the see that interior. Alright, so that's that part there, and I think there needs to be some kind of concentric rings that looks like this, but then there also need to be padding. So the padding part, you know, is going to take a little bit to get to figure that out, and then maybe there's some you know, there's these you know, I'm just trying to come up with something cool. I think these could lead into some kind of things that go down like that, right? So that's what I mean is this. Let's model that now. Alright, because there's a certain, like, sometimes you gotta borrow elements from like the game world, and there's an element where there's these like little pins that form into a chair and all that sort of stuff, and guys, all that's in the game actually. So, you know, these extruded pins, so we're gonna use that for this. So I'm gonna duplicate this edge here, I'm gonna bring this down, just gonna scale Z, make sure that's nice and straight, and let's see if we could get our little edge pins going. Edge, just like that. I'm gonna press F. Okay. Select it all. Not that. Select just that. Scale Z 0. Okay. Back on track. And I'm going to, let's see if we could subdivide this a couple times. Let's get like something that looks kind of square-like. Okay, select it again, right click, let's subdivide that. Okay, this is the basis of our pins. I'm gonna select just the vertices. Let's break this out into a new object. I don't want to destroy what we done with the foot pads. Select all this. I'm gonna bring it down a little bit. think that's good enough right there. Let's see the back piece. Okay, just good enough. Let's hide the back piece. Okay. What I actually want to do is to just extract the vertices off of this. How do you do that? I don't know. But Blender, sure Blender has a, let's try V. V is to rip vertices, no? Let's go into vertex mode. Okay, let's press X to delete, right? Delete only edges. Bam! We left with vertices, that is cool. Okay, I'm gonna select all the vertices and you can press E to extrude vertices, believe it or not, in Blender. I'm gonna leave this here like this. But this is kind of like some of the design philosophy. I think this is too much for this. So let's go back and let's not subdivide it as much. Let's leave this like this. Simple is better. Look at that. Okay, and then let's go ahead. See, now we know what to do now. Alright. Press A. Let's bring it down. Okay, so this is this. Go back. Vertex. Let's press X. Edges. Okay, so I think this is good enough. Even this could be an effect that doesn't have to be like an actual, you know, thing. But let's leave it like this and let's go into, let's try a skin modifier on this. Okay, go here, let's select it all and let's go ahead and I don't think this will work, but let's see. Let's go Alt A, no, Control A. Yeah, it'll just do one. Equalize radius. Not sure what that is. You think it would do it for all, but it's okay. Let's get rid of that. Alright. We could get this going, guys. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna do another extrude E. Right, extrude it one way. Alright, this is working. It's a little bit different. Let's keep it, let's make it a little smaller. Even this will probably work. Oh man, we could have gone with even less of these. Right, we could even go on with less of that. I'm going to select all. I'm going to extrude again. Let's go this way. Okay. I'm going to select everything and then I'm going to Alt N. And I'm going to go ahead and flip. And there we go. And we could go ahead and just get rid of like some of these. I think like some of the interior we might need that. So I'm just gonna go ahead. We just need the exterior. I'm just gonna go ahead and isolate that and just get rid of the exterior ones, the interior ones. Sorry, and keep the exterior like the shape of the foot. I think it'll just work better. You know, visually. Just the faces. Okay. So we just have this. Let's get rid of these middle ones here. Trying to lighten it up a bit because in truth and fact you might even see this as the game, as the character does his per thing. Shaded. Delete. Okay. And we could delete the top and bottom faces. It's going to go in face mode. Go into wireframe. It's going to select the top ones. Let's select the bottom ones and let's press delete. Faces. Okay, so it's just these nice tubes. That's good enough to go. Alright, guys. Let's scale this. Scale it down a bit. I'm just looking at something here, guys. Just trying to figure out some of this polygon things. I think this will work. Okay. Beside the top of the suit here. Let's show the bottom part here too. Let's deselect. Let's take a look. Okay, I'm gonna merge this to that. J. Right, it comes over there. I think this is what looks like it's holding up the thing. So I mean, if you just happen to kind of see, you know, it'll kind of see like a thing like that. It'll probably be this far from the character, so it's not gonna really make. I mean, these things probably could have been thicker, but I think this is fine to get more of a visual thing on it. Let me think about this for a minute. Can we make it thicker? Let's try. Actually, no. Well, let's see. Let's go individuals. Let's go local. Scale -Z. Yeah, and I'll get thicken them up like that. Yeah, I think a little thicker is fine, and then go back to global box and scale them in a bit. Go up a bit. Okay. Yeah, I think that's better. Okay. Yeah, we're getting there. Okay. So I don't know if you could tell, I'm breaking from doing the interior padding. There's so many cool ways to do it. Let's hide the back, this back part here, and let's make some padding all the way up here. And certainly we don't need all this interior like this. I think basically what we're looking for is like a layered brush, and I think there may be, let's select this and let's go into sculpting. I know there's a layered brush in 3D Code. Mask, paint, brush. So I think paint is truly a paint in the sense of the word. I know in Blender you could do it probably in many different ways, right? You could build up like a layer. Hold on, let's see what we got. Here it is, layer, right? And you could just layer. Is this how thick the layer is? Is that what it's telling me? Yeah, that's basically what it is. Okay, so in order for you to really work with this in a real sense, you would have to like come over into you know, do like Dino Topo, right? And let's just turn like this wireframe on, and we could take a look at what is like how it's, yeah. So right now it's not Dino Topoing it. Oh, does it do it for the layer? I don't know. Let's change layer to regular clay. Okay, so Dino Topo works with clay, so we'd have to go through and clear it up, and then layer it up. Let's see, layer. Draw a fixed height, useful for adding flat levels to surface. I don't know why it's not Dino Topoing on this one. Dino Topo seems to only work with this brush. That's weird. Why would it not work with a layer brush? Beats me. Okay, let's go into this brush here. Oops, yeah, I forgot this is view dependent. So the closer you are, the more detail it's going to add to it. And you could change that. Right now it's relative detail. You could do constant detail. So now, okay. So now in constant detail, you like use this thing to suck it up to give you like a general detail. Come here and it gives you back that same detail. So this part also would kind of run into like a sketch, and you just kind of want to start sketching out. Let's do that. Let's do isolate. So look at that. We do some polygon modeling, and now we're coming in here and doing some sculpting. And you could do retopo later. Okay, so this is fine. Let's go into our layer. I kind of don't like the way that's working. Why is that working like that? Maybe because the layer is just too high. Let's see here. Turn the strength down a bit. Is there a different? Yeah, you have brush. Let me see here. Stroke. So right now it's in space. You could do it through a curve or a line. Okay, that's interesting. Let's turn the strength down a little bit more. I'll turn the hardness up a bit. Strength up. What's the hardness? Oh, this is a height. That's what I wanted. Okay, that's better. Yeah, because this is, you know, whoa. Let's see, can give it a slight bit of the smooth. Persistent. Not sure what that does. Let's see. Okay, let's not do that. That's kind of weird. Okay, so what this is doing, this is just truly, until I click off, it's going to keep this layer level. Probably could achieve easier if I... it's one of those things, guys. It could have been achieved easier if I just didn't sculpt on it. Okay. I'll take this guy and get rid of him. Let's grab it back from another blender. This is how you learn. Okay, let's grab this. C. Let's go into the other one. V. Okay, we got it back. See, it's a good thing we you know, we have like a duplicate file. That's fine. Okay. let's just make it thicker. That's the fastest way. Let's continue with the polygon modeling. If we didn't have sculpting, we'd have to totally do this the polygon model way. Let's go C for brush. Hold on. I have another way too. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, I have another way right here. Let's do this. Yeah, let's do that. Bam. The inside of this is a mess. Look at that thing. Like, we should totally clean that up. So let's isolate that so we can see what we're doing. Now the question is, would I lose my selection if I go ahead and I don't know. Okay, so let's you're gonna extrude, let go, and Alt S. All right, so that's thickening it. And then you hit S again to give it, like, tell it to be even. Let's go back out. Okay. I don't know if that served us any good. Let's don't do that. All right, time for the concentric circle rings. Let's do this. We're gonna do that. So check this out. We're gonna make a nice circle in here. I think the circle rings is gonna be more effective. Let's do that until we could get like the padding worked out. Okay, so I'm going to hide that, unhide that. Select these two things. Let's just go like that. And let's go tab, and let's just select this weird edge loop. I mean, we could just probably just use a circle. That'll probably work too. Yeah, you know what? Let's just do that. You know what? Let's select these edge loops here, and I'm gonna get a circle that kind of represents what it is we're trying to do. Okay. So I'm gonna move this to the. Let's move that cursor to selected, right? We're gonna get a circle like that. We're gonna do some concentric rings going on. All right, let's go ahead. Let's make a circle. Let's go to circle mesh. Nice. Let's keep it let's go back again. Let's add the circle mesh again. Alright, it's gonna ask us, it has 32, that's too much. Let's go 16 on that. Bam! I'm gonna go ahead and scale this. So this is our ring. And then you could tell that the interior is not perfect, right? But this is good enough for what it is we want to do. Tab, edge, E to extrude Z. All right. See where we're going with this? Okay, I'm going to select. What I'm gonna do. Let's these rings should be connecting with these things here. So we're gonna split. We're gonna split the ring. We can split this ring up into multiple pieces. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, let's come here. I believe that's the other side. Let's go to the top and just double check. Yep, V to rip to separate them like that. Even better than that, let's go ahead and let's not make them connected, but they look like they're connected because oh, you see what I mean. Let's do that. Let's delete this. All right, so when they come together, you're gonna believe it comes together, but it's not actually going to. Trickery. Okay. Oh, we're gonna select these two faces. Grab Z, and this is our ring. That's all tech ring. Tech ring, tech ring. All right, so let's unhide that. It's all tech rings. I am going to come over here. Select that. Select this. Let's get rid of that. So it's not quite a tech circle. Alright, let's go ahead. Select that. B. Alright, let's go ahead and select these two things. Grab Z. Okay, I'm gonna delete that. Okay. All right, that's all text circle. Grab X, move that along. Right now we could place this anywhere along in there, but let's go ahead and give this some thickness. Solidify. I want you to know that to me looks thick enough. Let's see what a little thicker does. Let's go twice times the amount of thickness. I like that. Okay, so that's. Remember I was talking about the padding. I was thinking about the padding coming up around it, right? Like extra padding. But you know what? It's all good. We do what we can. So grab a Z. And these should go along the seam of this thing. Right, so we need to separate these. Let's go ahead and press C. Oh, let's go back. Let's make sure it's even thickness. I'm just gonna go 0 on that. Alright, so it expands. Let's go back. Let's have it contract like that. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that and select this one. P. Alright, so this is our interior, an interior element that we could just stick in there and have it do any old thing. So the way I want to have this is to have it right on the edge. Alright. Now the thing about this one, I think like the way I could have these is to have like a lattice on them and then just warp it into position. I think that'll work. So let's come here. Let's go ahead. So cursor to selected. Let's come here. Let's add a lattice object. Let's add a lattice object. Lattice. I'm gonna scale. Get a general size. Control A. Scale Z. General thickness. Okay, so this has gotta be like rigged. So check this out. Let's try this. Let's try rigging it like this first. I'm gonna come in here. Let's make this a little fancier. Although too fancy is not good, but I think we could just do a little bit of fancies on this. Let's go ahead. Let's bring that in. Okay, that's as fancy as we're gonna get. Okay, save that. Alright, so let's go ahead and apply rotations and scales onto that. I'm just gonna make the... Okay, let's leave that like that. And let's go ahead and add a null. Okay, I'm gonna come in here and go to this and tell this to parent to that. I'm gonna parent lattice deform. Wow, why did that? No, don't do that. Okay, so the reason why it's doing this is because we scale this and the lattice is not applying scales like that. So, I gotta do it over. Sorry, guys. You gotta come here and you gotta do it within the sub-object mode of the lattice. Uh, these things sometimes you can't remember like off the top of your head. So okay, you come here, and then you scale all the points. There you go. This is how it should be done. Let's bring this up. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Ah, it still does it. What? Hold on. No. See, these are some of the things, guys, that you gotta kind of look at when you're working in Blender. I gotta be able to have the lattice that size. I think I'm just doing it in the wrong sequence. This to this. Key parent, lattice deform. I didn't scale. Hold on. Let's try that one more time. Okay, let's see if we can apply. Okay, let's see if we can. Okay, so there you go. You're not supposed to apply scales. Alright, so we got that in there. Alright, and this we got to parent to that so we can move it around. Or we don't need to do that. We could just literally just move it around, I guess. On the lattice. Let's just get rid of that extra thing. Can move the lattice will move it around. Alrighty. Okay, so we are back in action. So I'm gonna select this. And let's isolate these two. Oh. That and the lattice. Let's isolate these two. Alright, so what we're trying to do, I'm trying to get a lattice, this edge to be on that. Maybe we could do it like slightly jutting out. Maybe these could be also be gold also. Let's have the universal multi-gizmo. I'm gonna take a look here. Let's go to top view. Okay, so what if we do it like this? See, cause this seam is not even, right? Because of how I had to do it. So I could come in here and get something that looks somewhat okay. Duplicate that a couple. Alright, then you can come in here. something like that. Okay, let's do a couple of these. Let's not, we don't have to do a whole bunch, right? Yeah, let's just do 3 here. From that, that should be okay for this to sell the point. Sometimes in the end, you just want to make a point. Oops. All right, let's see. Maybe I should have done a middle split there, but it's all good. It's like the inner latches, the inner zipper. Kind of trying to make it look as if like this thing could be in actuality, right? Could be in reality. Okay. So this is how you use a lattice in Blender. You can use it just to kind of freeform, kind of manipulate like, you know, things, and you know, you could have a lattice with multiple points. I just want to keep a simple one, just to kind of, you know, give it, just to kind of bend this into submission, or warp it. It's more warping it into submission. It's all good, you know. I mean, it's according to what you're doing it for, you know. If I was doing this for a big game studio, I wouldn't quite do it like this, right? Because it would not be good. But because it's just me, you know, this should be okay. Okay, so delete that part and let's do the other side. And there should probably be more like stuff in here, you know, but I don't have to actually build out, you know, like what this should be, you know. I don't have to build that out. I mean, I could, but I don't, you know, I don't wanna. No, I don't wanna. Okay. Okay, let's go rotate Z 180. Come on, it's not doing it. Okay, rotate Z 180. Okay, bam. Okay, let's do the finals of these. I'll just grab these just to see where these are placed. Okay, and let's go ahead and do that. Okay, I just want to kind of connect back to this. So that's what I'm gonna do. Something like that. Again, doesn't have to be perfect, just has to kind of tell the story. Again, if you're doing this for like a client or a game studio or whatever it is, you're gonna want to make sure and solve all these problems up front, and that would probably call for like a remodel of the mesh and all that. But I'm not going to do that. It's good to know what's the right way, you know. It's good to know that. No, this is sometimes what causes a lot of game studios to release their games late, because as they go on, they encounter problems. I mean, the modeling problems and the art problems are one thing, but you know, sometimes you encounter gameplay problems, you know, and all kinds of stuff. It's just like game development is literally almost like an uphill battle. That the more uphill you go, the more stuff, the more things you see, the more cliffs, and the more, you know, there's some more things to overcome, right? But as you go on, though, you know, you start to get better at climbing mountains. That's why certain game studios that last, like Ubisoft and stuff, they just get better at climbing those mountains when they encounter them, you know. And being like a first time game developer like myself or anything like that, you know, it's like it's all new to you. But they're like, oh yeah, if you do this, you gotta do that. Then if you go do that, you gotta do this. And if you're gonna have that in the game, then you gotta have this working first before you do anything else. And once you get that working first, then you could do this. And you know, it goes on and on. But it's all good, you know. I like to learn. You know, as I said, you guys heard me say this time and time again. I don't have all the answers. You know, it's crazy, you know, because sometimes fans look at game developers and they're like, oh, this game is this, that, and the other, and they go off. But they don't realize the game developers don't have all the answers, you know. Sometimes a fan might come up with a good answer, but then they can't really use it because the person is not employed with them, you know. And, you know, you just run into a lot of legal things when you start, you know, messing with people's ideas and stuff. So they just have to, like, come up with an idea that maybe the community has, but probably different, and it's just a whole thing, you know. It's more than just face value, you know. So when you see people rage and they carry on and they get angry and they shout and they do all kinds of, they just don't know. They're coming from a place of ignorance, like the rest of us, you know. Okay, I'm gonna grab one of these things and let's duplicate that guy and let's move him out there as an element that we could use. Can I can I reset the lattice? Does it have a reset on it? I remember lattices used to have reset on them. No? Boy. Oh, is that a reset? I got it. Oh yeah, you gotta like it. I just went back one and let's go back to two and then reset it. Yeah. Okay, that's my reset. But did it really reset it though? I don't know. Go tab. Yeah, I think it did. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, it can't. No, it didn't really reset it, but that's fine. I can work with that. Okay, so let's just collapse these down to the elements that we need. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead, clap all this down. We can get rid of these extra things. Delete that. Whoa! Oh, we gotta like unparent it. So even though we collapse it. Alt C, Alt P. Play parent, keep transforms. So we could delete these things. Yep. Okay. There it is. It's not perfect, but we got something. Right? And we could even go further and say that these things here, J, Control J, these things are all together. We could go further and say that these things here are all together. Okay. And then we could go further and say these things are attached to this, but I don't think this is a resting place for this thing. We need to optimize this this shape here. The shape needs work. Okay. But you know we could test it out. So I mean, if I come here and merge this, Control J, then that'll get like there. Then come here, merge this, Control J, and that'll get like there. And actually, these things open up, right? So these things open up like this, not like that. This one opens like this. All right, so that's starting to feel techie already. I think there needs to be more things in there, but maybe the padding might be a separate mesh that I work on. But yeah, this is cool for now. You know, we can always separate these things back out, I guess. So I'll just leave it like that so that we have like some sort of progress going on. So let's open that back up. All right. And this is like I was talking about, like in terms of the sketching. So this will actually stay like that, and this will actually, I think, you know, this will do a part open, and then this will step into there, something like that. Anyways, yeah, there's a lot that could be done. All right, guys. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Let's call that a stream. It wasn't much of a hangout stream, but you know, we got some mesh going and that kind of thing, and do some polygon modeling. We use lattice, you know. And look at this, guys. We did this epic, you know, this epic banner here, you know, epic showcase. So just remember, you know, on the 5th month, the 3rd day of the 5th month, I'll bring this up. Yeah, the 3rd day in the 5th month, we are going to have Spencer Magnuson. Right, Spencer Magnuson is a cool guy who's part of the community, and he does really good work. And Spencer Magnuson, you know, is really in the professional circles. I won't say too much about that. I'll have, you know, if he feels like he wants to talk about that, he can. But he's in some real high-end special, real high-end circles and that kind of thing. And I think it's gonna be a lot of fun, you know, hanging out with him, and you know, him showing off some of his work. So guys, you know, please, if you're a person, you're interested in this kind of thing, which I think most of you are, yeah, I would like to see you next Saturday. Not tomorrow, but next Saturday would be great. So if you come in next Saturday and hang out in the stream, and we could talk back and forth with Spencer Magnuson, ask some questions on his plugin, that'd be awesome. Also, I would like to feature not just him, but anybody else in the community, you know. So if you're a part of the community, or even if you want to be part of the community and you're not quite yet, or whatever the case might be, just please, join our Discord, let me know. And, it doesn't have to be high level things. I mean, doing plugins and doing courses and all that's pretty high level. But if you just have like a funny little character, like yesterday, one of my really, cool friends, Padissa, came in and she was showing off a Fox character and was asking some questions. Padissa, we could do a epic showcase about you, and so many other people in our community. Okay, so I'll see you guys in a little bit. God bless. And this has been a stream. Next time we'll move a little faster with the polygon modeling and continue the interior of this mech. Hopefully we could get into some sculpting in Blender and then materials and retopo and having the inside of that mech is gonna look better than the outside. Anyways, guys, I'll see you guys later. God bless and take it easy. This has been XSI Nick and XSI Nikki. We'll see you later. Have a good night.
We are the cleaners, as were our fathers. We purify the world. One day, our children will breathe. Look down, all the way down. The storm abates and the dust settles for other than us. We are the builders, as were our ancestors. We shape this world for those who come after us. We are history written. Red the surface. White our bones on terraformed Mars, cradle of our children.